Well, here's a new thrift store find. This is a Technics SA-222 receiver from the early 80s, I believe. This already has a digital radio, so it's not the old analog style, but it's a bit of a silver face. I mean, it does have a silver front. You can see this is the beginning of the age when they started getting a little cheaper on these, just past the golden age of the 70s. But hey, I even got the owner's manual. That's cool. They had this listed at the thrift store for $30, but today is senior day, 30% off. So where is it? Yeah, I got it for $21, so that's a pretty decent deal. So I plugged this in at the thrift store. I didn't hear any speaker relay clicking, so this could have a problem. But let's plug it in here and find out. Okay, here we go. It's got a display. Oh, that's some kind of a watt meter, maybe. There's the switches between AM and FM. I'm still not hearing anything. I think what I'll do is check the outputs, see if there's any DC on the outputs. See if maybe we got some shorted channels or not. Alright, it looks like there's not a large amount of DC on either one of these outputs. So what, 4 millivolts. So let's check the, I don't know if that's plugged in, aux channel. So it looks like it's okay so far. Let me go ahead and take the top off and see what it looks like inside. Well, here's the first issue. This little battery compartment. This is where it's for the memory for the radio stations. Looks like we had some leaking batteries in there. I should be able to clean that up though and get that working hopefully. Let's pull the top off. Okay, got the top removed, and here's the inside. Doesn't look like this has ever been opened up, so maybe that's a good sign. Here's maybe not such a good sign. Got one of the dreaded SDK modules. Hopefully that's in good shape. If it's not, those things are getting kind of hard to get a hold of. Kind of a small power supply, but I think this is only a 30 watt per channel unit, so you wouldn't expect anything too big. But here's kind of the sign that these are getting cheap. They're starting to use a cardboard or fabric bottom to it rather than metal. And well, let's hook some speakers up to this thing and see if it's working. Okay, this is working just fine. As the FM, AM.
We're here for your life out here.
Here's aux in. Now this has got a bad switch here, so this needs to be cleaned. I think the volume.
You're listening to All Things Considered.
That's probably okay. I think there's just some switch.
Earlier this month, the Pakistani parliament
the volume switch and the balance switch, and these input selections are a little dirty, so I'll need to pull it apart and clean those. But it looks like everything's working. And here's something I kind of think it's cool. It actually has a little dial there. You can see it looks like a radio dial. So I guess if you don't like this dial, the little digital one, you can use the old-fashioned. I'll show you how if you scan. You can see how it kind of moves along with the digital scan, or the digital dial. So I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, it looks like it works. So probably just some controls cleanup, general cleanup of the case and inside. blow some dust out. And a few more things to test. I want to check the phono input, make sure that's working, and maybe these tape monitor inputs. But it looks like it's in good shape. All right, I took the faceplate off here and to where I could get back in here and clean all of these switches and the few pots that are in here too. So now this is working just fine. No switching back and forth without any issues.
One of the world's fastest growing and most
so the different tape sources are working. So everything's 100%. And the reason I wasn't hearing initially any relay switching for the amplifier protection relay is there is no relay on this design. It just goes straight out to the protection if the speakers are shorted or if there's no voltage isn't right. It doesn't do any of that checking. It just puts the sound out to the speakers. So glad to see that SDK module is working well, and it actually sounds pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bottom and top back on this thing and start using it. Well, I got it all put back together, and it's going to be my receiver for my workshop area here. Workshop and garage. Used to have this old Sony AV receiver, which did a good job, but it had this DSP stuff, which always seemed to accidentally get activated and mess up the sound. So I'm glad to just have a regular 2-channel stereo in here. And 30 watts per channel seems to be plenty, even for the big garage. So that's it for this one on the Technics SA-222 receiver. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.